All right, so the Sharks made two moves today, one of which was a trade, one of which was a re-signing. Yeah, I think the Sharks goalie situation, the tandem is kind of coming together. Obviously, there was a lot of questions. Who's on the move? Are we trading Reimer? Obviously, we'd re-sign Kakkonen, and we have Adin Hill, questions about him. And so today, the Sharks traded Adin Hill, for a 2024 fourth-round selection to the Vegas Golden Knights. Obviously, Hill and the Sharks, it was sort of a guy that came during, a time where the Sharks were sort of in not really this rebuilding mode, but a time of trying to, win as much as possible, but at the same time, a team that was, having an aging core and whatnot. And obviously we acquired Hill by trading, Kojanaj, last year or whatever. And so, Hill was sort of put into this role of kind of fill that shoe, that empty spot. And, he wasn't a bad goalie. I think the problem was he couldn't stay healthy, and he was sometimes playing in games where he just physically did not look, adept to play. He went, with the Sharks, he had a 10-11-1 record, so close to 500, with a 2.66 goals against average, 906 save percentage, like not horrible numbers there. Just like, very average goalie. I feel like what the thing is, Reimer was clearly the better goalie, and I think he was kind of in the shadow of that. He made his Sharks debut in the home opener, of course, the opening game, and he looked pretty good. And so, Sharks fans had confidence with that. And so Vegas, our division rival, will take him on. Probably a depth kind of thing for them. Obviously, I don't think he's going to get, too much time in net. But Adin Hill, I wish him the best. Only 1 year for the Sharks, he played. And I think the tandem of Reimer and Kakkonen is going to be a pretty good core. I mean, it's two goalies that are pretty underrated, in my opinion, in the grand scheme of the NHL. Adin, pretty good guy. I mean, we didn't get much for him. I think he's probably worth more than a fourth-round pick in, a couple of years from now. But I think, it's just kind of the thing that, we were going to get rid of him. And I think it also helps our cap space, too. So that was good to see. And then the second transaction was the Sharks re-signed Jonah Gadjovich. Not a big signing. He, had 3 points last year. He got his debut pretty much at the beginning of the season when the Sharks were actually, off to a pretty good start. He had his first NHL point that game and, on an assist. And so he had his first NHL goal against the Kraken. And that was on February 27th. I was at that game, actually. And, he was, a guy he's young. And so I'm happy to see him, thrive in the NHL. He's been an NHLer officially for like 5 years, but only really has been with the Sharks, recently in the past couple of years, just at the NHL level. And so I think it's a 1 year deal. It's a low level thing, and we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on these two transactions. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, go Sharks.